In this project, I have built a Telegram bot that acts as a company knowledge assistant. It's designed to answer employee or customer questions using only the information that has been uploaded into a secure database, which means the bot doesn't rely on general internet knowledge. Instead, it retrieves details directly from company documents stored in Supabase and generates accurate responses based only on that data. To make this work, I combine several technologies: n8n to orchestrate the workflow, Telegram as the user interface, Supabase as the vector database, OpenAI embeddings to transform documents into searchable vectors, and a language model to generate clear, natural answers. The result is a chatbot that can provide precise answers about policies, FAQs, or procedures without exposing sensitive information or giving generic results. This setup is highly adaptable for businesses that want to improve customer support, streamline internal communications, or make company knowledge more accessible. Now, let's go step by step and see how RAG can be set up inside n8n. First, log into your n8n account. If you are just starting out, you can use the 14-day free trial to test everything. There are also other ways to use n8n, but each comes with trade-offs, and we will not go into this in this video. For now, let's click on Create Workflow. Give your new flow a name, something like Retrieval Augmented Chat Workflow, whichever you decide, so you can recognize it later among your workflows. Because we will use Telegram as the interface, we need a bot. To do this, open your Telegram, search for botfather, and start a chat with it. Type the command new bot, then follow the prompts. Give your bot a display name, assign it a unique username that ends with bot or _bot, and finally, botfather will give you a token. Copy this token, we'll be passing it into our n8n in a moment. Back in n8n, let's add our first node, the Telegram trigger. This node listens to messages sent to the bot we just created. Create new credentials and paste in the API token from botfather. Every message user sends to Telegram will enter our flow. Now we will wire the core of the system, the AI agent. This is where the chat model, memory, and retrieval come together. Look for AI agent, and here you have AI agent. Click on it. We see chat model, memory, and tool. Let's connect our chat model. So click on the chat model and look for DeepSeek chat model. Open DeepSeek chat model node. In your browser, go to DeepSeek's site, open API, which is top right, sign in, top up a few dollars, and create a new API key. Back in n8n, click Credentials, create new, paste the API key. If you prefer a different LLM, like for example OpenAI, the process is identical. Create an API key, add credentials, pick the model, and plug it into the agent. I'm using DeepSeek here because it's fast and cost efficient for short, grounded answers. We want the bot to keep context across messages. So drop Postgres chat memory node. Now we need to actually create our project first. Here, back to Supabase, project settings. Let's look for project settings, and down below, look for database. We will click on Connect at the top. We'll choose Postgres or PSQL for the type, and look for transaction pool. Once found, copy this part, AWS 1 EO, or whichever region you chose. For me, it's this one right here. And back to n8n, where you see host, paste it in your, paste it here. Leave database as is, Postgres. For a user, let's go back to Supabase again and copy what's coming after -u, this part right here. Let's paste it. Paste your project password in, and for the port, let's look in Supabase quickly again. It's 6543. Let's paste this in our n8n. Let's click Save. Let's take a closer look at the Postgres chat memory node, because this is what makes our bot remember past conversations. At the top, you see credentials to connect with. Here, I'm using Postgres account I created that points to my Supabase database. That's how this node knows where to store the memory. Next, session ID. Since I'm using this on Telegram, I need to make sure each user has their own memory. I do that by using Telegram chat ID as the key. So you see here, JSON message chat ID. Table name n8n chat histories is something you create by going to Supabase SQL editor and pasting this into SQL editor and then run. So you create the table this way. And finally, we have context window length. This controls how many past interactions the model will react when it generates a new answer. I have set mine to 5, which means the bot remembers the last 5 exchanges in this chat. You can increase or decrease this depending on how much memory you want the bot to have. Let's continue and set up our Supabase vector store, which is where all our company's knowledge is stored and searched. In n8n, look for Supabase vector store under tools and drag it into the workflow. To make it work, we need to connect n8n to our Supabase project. Let's create a new credentials. So the form asks for host and service role secret. To find this, let's head to Supabase project. We'll head to project settings, which is in the dashboard, data API. We see project URL. Let's copy this URL. We'll paste this URL into our host section in n8n. Then let's head back to Supabase. Here, which is project settings, we will see API keys in the dashboard. When we click there, we'll see service role secret. Let's review and copy. Head back to n8n and paste into our service role secret. Let's click Save and establish a connection this way. After we have established the connection between n8n and Supabase, the next step is to create a table where we will store all our company's knowledge base. So in the dashboard, click on Docs. Scroll down to Quick Start for setting up your vector store section. There you will find SQL code that defines the structure of the table we need. Copy that code. Now head over to SQL editor in Supabase, paste the code and click Run. Once it's executed, go to Table Editor. You will see a brand new table created called Documents. This Documents table will hold all the content we upload, things like policies, FAQs, internal manuals, along with their embeddings. And later, when a user asks a Telegram bot a question, the AI agent will search this table, retrieve the most relevant chunks, and build its answer based only on that information. Now, let me briefly explain what this part of the flow is doing. This is how we add company's data into our Supabase vector store. First, the download file node pulls in document, for example from Google Drive. That document then goes through default data loader, which prepares the content for processing. Because documents can be long, text is split into smaller sections by recursive character text splitter. Each of these sections is sent to OpenAI embeddings, which converts the text into numeric vectors that can be searched semantically. And finally, both the text chunks and the embeddings are saved into Supabase vector store, which is the documents table we created earlier. I will not be showing the step-by-step setup for this in this video. If you'd like to learn, you can either take a screenshot of this workflow and ask ChatGPT to guide you through putting data file into documents table, or if you prefer, leave a comment on the video and I'll create a short tutorial specifically on that process. After we have uploaded our data and created embeddings inside documents table in Supabase, the next step is to connect our Supabase vector store node to that table. So in the Supabase vector store node, under table name, select the table where your data lives. In our case, that's documents. This ensures that whenever the agent sends a query, it searches against the right table in Supabase. The limit options control how many chunks of data are retrieved for each query. I have set mine to 4, meaning the bot will pull back up to 4 of the most relevant sections of the text. Also, there's a description field. This is where you can add short explanation of what this tool does inside your workflow. So for example, I have written, use this tool to get information which is stored in the document table in Supabase. The description is how you tell the AI agent in natural language when and why it should use the tool. Also, we will add OpenAI embeddings, which generate 1,536 dimensional vectors. So now that we have set up our memory and vector store, let's finish the loop by sending answer back to Telegram. So on the right side of the workflow, we have the send a text message node. Look for Telegram, send a text message. This takes the AI agent's output and delivers it directly to the user in Telegram. Notice how the chat ID is mapped from the Telegram trigger. This ensures the bot always replies in the right conversation thread. And that's it. We have now built a complete retrieval augmented chatbot in n8n. So let's quickly recap what we have put together. Telegram bot that listens to customer or employees' questions. Postgres chat memory, so conversations feel more natural, and the bot remembers context. Supabase vector store, where all of your company's knowledge lives. OpenAI embeddings that make the text searchable by meaning, not just keywords. And finally, the AI agent that ties it all together and sends the answer back into Telegram. With this setup, the bot doesn't guess or hallucinate. It grounds its responses in the actual documents you have uploaded. If you'd like me to go deeper into specific parts of the workflow, for example, how to upload documents step by step into Vector Store, just drop a comment below. I will be happy to create a short dedicated video for that. Thanks for watching, and if you found this useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who might need to automate their company's knowledge. See you in the next video.